Hey everybody, welcome back to Fred's DIY for the Average Guy. Today we're going to be working on this Kubota 3800. Picked this thing up pretty cheap off the marketplace with some transmission problems. We got that squared away. Now we're looking at the four-wheel drive not working. And this is going to be an easy fix to get the four-wheel drive going. And that's what we're going to do today in this video. Let me show you the parts. This is the drive shaft for the front wheel drive, and what we have here are some sacrificial parts. Basically, these coupler sleeves here. You can see this one. Hopefully, it's stripped out on this end. It should have teeth in it like this, splines. We've got the new replacements for them. They're made to strip, just to keep you from shelling your transmission. So these things will go on each end, one on this end and one on this end. And basically you'll, when we get under there, we'll slide it all the way on the shaft, and you'll slide it past all the way down like that so you can lift the shaft up, and then you will slide it back to mate up with the output shaft and the input shaft to the front differential. And then we'll drive a roll pin in this hole right here, and that'll keep this sleeve from sliding all the way this way or sliding all the way to the other shaft. So it just kind of keeps that centered on there. It's a pretty simple job. And then this shaft actually goes inside this tube, which is telescoping. And there's one nut that holds the front end of the tube, and on the back of the tube, Kubota puts a roll pin that you have to drive through the case on here. I'm not going to do that. It's a big headache to get that pin in and out. So I've bought this hairpin cotter pin here, and I'm just going to run it through versus the roll pin. And if you've ever worked on one of these, you'll fully understand why that is. So it's tight quarters under here, but we have our shaft. We have the sleeve collapsed enough to get the collars on both ends, and we'll lift that up into place and then slide the collar on each end. Just for reference, this is the front of the tractor, so the tube goes through here, and we'll slide our front collar on the splines up there on the front differential. And then there's a bolt that holds that front sleeve. I think it screws in right here, and that holds the front sleeve up. And then toward the transmission, the shaft runs on back, and we slide the sleeve over this, and we cram the torque tube inside this hole here. And here's where I was talking about the cotter pin going through, that you have to take a bunch of stuff off just to swing a hammer at it to get at it. It's a mess. I'm not going to do that again. So I'm going to put the hairpin cotter pin through here. Once we slide that flange sleeve in, that cotter pin will go behind the flange and hold that in place. So all we need to go back together with this is a hammer, like a ball peen hammer, and a 14mm socket for the one bolt up here. So get this front collar on first, hopefully. Get it slipped up on the shaft. I do have the front wheels off the ground, so I can rotate the front differential as I need to. A little tricky. Got the front collar set. Come back here and get this rear collar set. You have to clear the shaft enough for the cotter pin to go in to keep the shaft separated. There's just a little bit of a bind on this one. And that's all we're going to need for reassembly is a hammer to knock the two cotter pins in. One here on this collar and the opposite end on the collar there. And then we have this 14mm bolt that'll go right here to hold the tube in place. So we should be able to see daylight through the hole where the cotter pin goes before we try to set it. Lets us know that we have some separation between the shafts. Tap us a little roll pin in there. Okay. Do the same for the front. Sometimes the simplest jobs are the most tedious. Do see some daylight. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, both pins are seated. Now we can get the sleeve rolled into place. A little bit of an O-ring in the front we got to work past. And an O-ring in the back as well. Get the front sleeve somewhat pinned down here, and we'll slide this rear sleeve back into place. Give you an idea of what we're doing here. This back end is really the headache of the job here. So what we have to do on the back side of the shaft, the back sleeve, is we have this little flange here. This is going to go inside this hole, and then the pin's going to go in. The cotter pin's going to go up here, so we'll have to seat that O-ring in there. Get that seated down in there. And then when we get that in place, typically you would drive your roll pin right back into this hole, and I'll show you my little fix for this hole. So once we get this tube seated in here, I'm taking this cotter pin here versus the roll pin that was in it. I'm going to just slide this thing on through. As you can see, it kind of slides behind, or slides in front of the tube there, and right on out the other side where the roll pin would have come out, right here. But anyway, this goes behind the tube and locks it in place just fine. And the next time I need to do this, I can just come over here and simply pull this pin out and not be 30 or 45 minutes under here trying to bang a roll pin out. So that should fix it. Let's turn it on and see if the four-wheel drive is going to work. Looks like it's going to work. I know that you didn't see much movement. I've got it on a jack, so I'm kind of just pushing along. About to run out of space in here, but it definitely was turning, so I'm confident that that's fixed. So pretty simple process. The hardest part was getting the long pin in the back out that I replaced with the hairpin. So, but that's the four-wheel drive fix in a nutshell. This is pretty common. Again, that's a sacrificial part to keep you from stripping out other gears deeper in the system. And hope you get some use out of this video. And thanks for watching.